if you don't mind. Here, all right.
I got it.
Dave, if you don't mind, maybe just kind of talk about the sites and visiting Vegas and just what impresses you. Maybe what do you like about what you've seen so far in your visits?
Yeah, we had an exciting 2 days in Southern Nevada. We brought our architect, Brad Schrock, who actually designed the Las Vegas ballpark in Summerlin, did Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Really an incredible setup. He has a great background in sports design. And we spent a lot of time looking at the individual locations, how an actual facility could be laid out, the view corridors, all the aspects of having a really successful venue. And it was really important for us to learn that information and then actually apply it to our decision-making matrix.
Let me ask you, obviously the strip is so magnificent. Is that kind of where your focus is up and down that corridor, whether it's Blue Diamond in the south or is that basically it's got to be on the strip somewhere?
Well, that's one of many locations. We're still looking seriously at Henderson, at Summerlin, downtown. Up in Summerlin, you get a view of the strip. You get this incredible background. It's something to behold, the land that Howard Hughes has up there. And that's something we're taking a hard look at. We have sites, obviously, west of the I-15 that view the actual strip itself and the downtown. And, imagine like the nighttime view out of a ballpark with the retractable dome sitting in the first or second deck. That could be just magnificent. And then we have locations that are maybe more in the downtown area. That's more of an urban infill feel. And to lay out ballparks in all those places, understand the approach, understand the views out and in. That's a really important aspect in picking the best site.
Have you had a chance to go over by Allegiant Stadium and see what they've done there and how those lanai doors open and you see the strip right there?
Wow, it is incredible. It is just a tremendous addition to the local marketplace and actually to just all of sports. It's just one of the great venues in Allegiant. And so, I think a lot can be learned from that in terms of how we design something here. And our architect was really impressed, and we're going to continue to learn from that and other venues around the country.
Can I ask you what would your response be to those who say, "Oh, the A's are just using Vegas as leverage in Oakland"?
Well, we're trying to be very thoughtful about our process here to show people that we are serious. We've been around, we've met with scores of people, business leaders, elected officials, to get their point of view on if this can work. We need to understand, is it possible to have a Major League Baseball team in Southern Nevada and be successful? Where could it go? What type of public-private partnership could exist and who we can partner with? And so we don't have all the answers. We're approaching it with humility, but we've been super impressed with the reception we've received to date. It's been really tremendous.
I got to ask you this because I've been here for 25 years and people say, "Hey, do you think the NFL will ever come?" I said, "No way." And then you got the Raiders. But I was looking at the valuations of what the city of Vegas does to franchises, where now the Raiders are, I think, 13th or 12th or whatever, over $1 billion in value. And even the Golden Knights, who have been around 4 years, theirs is like 100 million more than what it was when they started. So you kind of look at that and say, wow, you know what? Vegas has value.
Well, I think it has value in many ways. And I think one of the ways is the entertainment capital of the world. And so I think not only could the A's learn a lot from that promotional gene that everyone has here, but I think baseball could learn a lot, because the history of baseball with Bill Veeck and promoters like Charlie Finley, who are with the A's, is promotion and excitement and new things and the energy that comes with that. And I think that Vegas could rub off on baseball in a positive fashion. And that's something that I think we're excited about.
I hate to bring up this, but you got to talk about this. Could this actually get done in Vegas without major public funding?
I think right now we're just trying to learn as much about how a deal could work, what a public-private partnership could look like, what different venues are available. So I think we're really in a fact-finding stage still. It's only been with 4 trips that we've taken here. And I think more than anything, we built a lot of momentum and we've had a lot of positive inbound support and excitement. And as we continue to get information, we'll let folks know like what we think it will take. And that'll be an important part of the process and an aspect that we'll release publicly at the appropriate time.
Is there some sort of a timetable?
Well, I mean, it's hard to have a specific timetable. I mean, we want to continue to learn more and be thoughtful about our planning. And we have a market study that'll probably be completed in September sometime. That will really help us define whether or not it's going to be predominantly a tourist or local or the split between the two. That's going to drive a lot of the decision making, and we'll continue to update folks as that information becomes available.
Well, I know the mayor mentioned it yesterday also that the city does not want to get into another Mount Davis kind of a situation, where they used all this public money. In fact, I guess they're still paying off that debt with Mount Davis. But what's the difference between the Raiders in the city back then and the A's in the city today?
Well, I mean, I think we're at a point right now where we're really in the bottom of the ninth inning in Oakland. We've spent 5 years, $200 million, blood, sweat, and tears, everything. We poured everything into this waterfront vision. And we just really need to see, one, can we come to some type of financial arrangement with the city on that? And two, can we get approval on a timeline that makes any sense? Because we're running out of time. Our current facility, we only have a lease through 2024, and the facility is 10 years past its useful life. So we owe it to everyone to bring this to some sort of positive resolution one way or the other. And, it's been a 20-year stadium saga, and I think we owe it to everyone to bring it to some type of conclusion.
I know that being from Vegas, we love this city, but what's the distinct advantage you would see? And you maybe even mentioned it before, this distinct advantage you see in a franchise in Vegas.
Well, like I said, it's the entertainment capital of the world. I think that brings a lot of global brand and kind of cachet to any team that's here. I think obviously the 40-some million visitors that travel here on a yearly basis create the ability to have a team that's followed well beyond the local market. I think that's very intriguing. I think you've seen that success even with UFC, with obviously the Raiders, with the Golden Knights. And that's something that we're analyzing as part of putting a business plan together to make it work here in the Valley.
I just got a couple more real quick questions for you. I keep reading or hearing, can you kind of define what kind of stadium whether it's here or there, whatever, that you want to build?
Well, intimate, 30,000 seats. Think like Fenway Park, right on top of the action, not a bad seat in the house, really on top of the action. I think that'd be really appealing, especially to younger fans. And then certainly something that's state of the art. I think how we design the roof and have like these iconic views and things of that nature are going to be really important. So that's the vision that we have, and we'll continue to refine that. But that was something that our architect and our team really took to heart on this trip.
Did the owner come along with you this time?
Yeah, we were together. John Fisher was on the trip, myself. We had a series of really positive meetings, site visits, and we continue the cadence of a trip here every 2 weeks approximately.
Have you met most of the movers and shakers in this town?
Well, we met a lot of people, scores of people, and everyone's been really open with their time and their perspective. And one thing you really notice immediately, it's a can-do community. They want to get to yes. They want to find a way to make things happen. And also people really care about Las Vegas and what it means, and they're very community minded. And it's really nice to see that.
Dave, final question I got to ask you, because it seems odd to me. I heard that I was listening to the city council meeting where, in fact, he said it twice, Noel Gallo, I believe.
Yeah, Noel Gallo, yeah.
There's no waterfront in Las Vegas. And then the mayor yesterday saying, guess what, in Las Vegas tomorrow, it's going to be 106 degrees. I'm thinking, why are they slamming or taking jabs at Vegas when it's the Oakland A's that are actually coming here initiating? It's not like the A's are out courting you guys. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Well, you see all sorts of things these days. And, obviously, from our perspective, we have these parallel paths going. We're doing everything we can to ensure that we have options. And we're just continuing to build momentum because this is a really important process for the A's and for Major League Baseball.